Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. Going for a face shave and then following up with a head shave today. I've got a little bit of time. One of our poles for cleaning windows, the head snapped off it today, so we've had to order another part and it cut today's work short, unfortunately. But I get to get a couple of shaves, and I've also been up and had my uniform fitted for the transit officers. So I'm sticking with the Wickham theme at the moment. I've used it the last 3 days. Wickham 1912, and this one is Parma Violet. If you don't know what Parma Violet is, you've never had it before. Parma Violet was, or still is, sort of like a powdered hard candy, a hard sweet, a hard lolly, whatever you call it. And it's a very perfumey sort of scent. Sweet and perfumey, and this stuff smells exactly like the sweets themselves. Right, the brush today, the Mergress, which will be paired up with the Mergress razor as well. So empty that out. I'm just going to flick out the excess. So that is the brush itself. Now I'm still not 100% sure where this knot is sourced from by Tony. But it's a beautiful knot, it really is. It's 24mm Manchurian white. I think it's got 55mm loft, I think is on it. It's just a beautiful knot. Far superior to the West Coast Wet Shaving Products WSP knot that was in there. Right, while I'm doing that, I'm just going to get my cup, scoop some water in, and then I'm going to put my brush in for my head shave as well. It is still naturally November, it's the 21st, so I think I've got 9 days left now before I can get back into the synthetics, and I'm really looking forward to the synths, I got to tell you. So, straight in, load the brush. Once again, I haven't put any lights on in the bathroom. It is daytime, I think it's light enough in here. I did get a couple of good comments about the better video quality with the rear facing camera, and also the lighting as well. I've just turned the lights off. I normally have lights on, and I do find that it doesn't seem to shine on my head as much. Just dip the tips there. I think I've already got enough in the brush, but we'll just load a bit more. Not going to load for 2 minutes like Jared does over on Facebook. If you haven't caught Jared's shave for today, well, today's the 21st, so today, which would be Monday night in the States, then certainly go and check it out. It uses the new Canard formula from Oleo Soapworks, and that lather he gets is an absolute beast. His lathers are phenomenal anyway, but with that it just looked exceptional. Black coffee. No idea what it is. I know it's really nice. We get it from Bunnings. I know Spencer's fucking going, oh fucking hell, Bunnings coffee. It's actually really nice coffee. It is fair trade coffee. Probably from the mountains of Ethiopia. But I'm not sure. I forgot what I was doing for a minute there. This scent is just phenomenal. It's a pure gourmand scent. If you've had Parma Violet sweets when you were a kid, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, and I loved them. They were a very acquired taste. You either loved or hated them, and I'll tell you why I loved them. Because no one else would eat them, so there was always shit tons of them about. whenever Christmas came around, everyone got Parma Violets. Or if you went to someone's house and they offered you something, there'd be like just shit tons of them everywhere. So I used to love it. Got a classic movie playing in the background, but you won't be able to hear it. I haven't got it up very loud. Oh, this scent. Scent strength's a good 5, 6. Easy. The scent quality. It's meant to be Parma Violet, so the scent quality has to be a 10 for me. The actual scent itself, the actual dynamics of it. Well, it's just phenomenal. So I went and got my uniform fitted today at Stewart and Heaton in Perth. And the woman at the front office is the same woman that was there 10 years ago, or 11 years ago, or 10 years ago, when I went for my uniform fitting for the police. And then I go through to get fitted, and it's the same woman that fitted my uniform 10 years ago in the police as well. So I couldn't believe it. They've obviously got pretty good working conditions and possibly enjoy what they do. Either that or they're the owners. I can tell you right now, this lather's going to be great. Now I was showing you guys yesterday the flow through, or trying to show you the flow through on the golden nib with TGN 24mm finest in my Carnivus and Richardson brush, but it's not a great knot for showing you because it releases the lather very well on your face. Now this one is a completely different story. You can see all the lather oozing out the sides. Don't know if that's focusing, I think it is. So this one you have to rely on the flow through, which is quite daunting when you first use this brush because it annoys you. You think you're not actually getting a good lather, but what you are getting is a great lather, but it's all stuck in your brush. Right, so there's all the flow through on there, and all I do now, if you actually paint it from the side, you see it comes off. So that bit there, you see it's come off, it's now on my face. So if you're new to wet shaving and your first brush is a natural hair brush, which mine was, this lather's phenomenal. My first brush was a WOW, as in WAHL, the hairstyling brand, silver tip, and it was actually quite a nice brush, a very soft brush. In fact, it was probably too soft, but at the time it made a pretty good lather. So you can see there's a shit ton in the brush, absolutely loads. And I might actually, once I've finished this shave, I can put the Mergress brush up to the camera so you can get a bit better look at it. It's a beautiful little brush, but that lather there is absolutely spot on for me. Mergress, short-handled Mergress with a little knob in the bottom, stainless steel knob. Now I did receive an email, I think it was from, that's terrible, I think it was Sam. Sam rings a bell. I think it was Sam. I think it used to be Senpai Sam, but I think it was Sam. If it was not and it was someone else, I'm sorry, but he just sticks in my head. He made a great comment yesterday. His comments are normally quite long, but they're full of good points and I enjoy reading them. Now he mentioned about he's got the Progress and the Mergress, both long handled, one with the long stainless knob, and he's basically said that the head obviously is the exact same as the Progress, but the whole shave and feel and everything else and the razor and the balance makes it a far superior razor in his mind. And he's used a lot of razors. It's pretty much his go-to. It sits in his den now, but he reckons the actual Mergress shaves far superior to the Progress. So it's certainly worth, in my opinion, it's worth the money. You know, you pay a bit more for it, pay about 40-50 bucks for a little steel knob. It looks great, but the balance on this razor is phenomenal. There's a good bit of weight to it. It's really excellent. Oh, blade. The Supermax Blue Diamond Titanium Coated. Probably a piece of shit. I don't know if I've actually used this blade before. I'll give it a go anyway. I've got it in setting 2 today. I just want a nice mild shave. Nice easy mild shave today. Hopefully no instance. The blade feels quite nice, feels quite smooth. have a little sip before it gets cold. Very, very smooth. Right. Now straight away, I can feel the slickness, which I didn't get yesterday from Magnum, surprisingly enough. I don't know why, it just wasn't there. But I still got a great shave at the end of the day. Residual slickness isn't really an issue for me on a face shave. It definitely is on a head shave. Same on this. It just brings back so many memories. I don't eat sweets anymore. I do miss these, really nice. It's a floral scent, but because of the memory I get from it, it turns into a sweet. I don't think flowers, I think eating sweets I used to eat when I was a kid. Right, cross the grain. And as you can see, excuse me, I don't have massive hands. I've got a fair sized hand. I can hold a soccer ball and just pick it straight off the ground in my hand. So that gives you an idea how big my hand is, the span in my hand. This sits absolutely spot on my hand. I basically hold it like that. The knob just sits in my finger. As I'm pulling it along, you can see it just sits there. If I didn't know any better, I would say that it was built for me. It really does sit in my hand perfectly. I don't get surprised when I use it, but I do use it and I think, oh God, you know what? For a mass-produced razor, in my opinion, it certainly sits above most. Now I have heard, in fact most people that have used the Parker variant, most reviews that I've seen, whether they be written or on YouTube or on Facebook, tend to favour the Parker variant. I just personally, I'm not a fan of Parker razors. I find the quality control is just pretty average. I think the razors are always they don't line up very well. They're just not well built razors in my opinion. Heavyweight razors, they look pretty good, but when you get them in your hand, they just never feel or look as quality as what other brand razors do, like Edmund, Jaggers, Mueller and Merker. Just dried up a little bit, let's just dip the tips. Certainly lather and lovely. I have to say, as much as I'm really enjoying these natural hair brushes this month, and I am getting better with them, I'm getting more technique with them every time I use them. They it still doesn't give me the lather I get from a synthetic. It just doesn't. I cannot build the volume. And I know the volume of a lather doesn't really assist really in the shaving of it, but it looks good and it feels good. And when you make a lather like that, it makes you feel good as well, because it does feel nice when you nail your lather and you get it spot on. In fact, I think it would have been around about this time last year when I bought my Mergress, I think, roughly. Yeah, a big difference in the residual slickness. I think I'll just lather up again just for the scent and to give the brush another bit of a workout. Knock the razor down to 71, touch it around my lips. Now 2 months ago, I wasn't in a position where I could get to my fourth lather and add water to the soap. But it would just have dissipated into nothing. But as you can see, because I'm loading enough into the brush now at the beginning, I'm still getting great results. Even 4 lathers in. Right, I'll knock the razor down to setting 1. In fact, I can probably show you that now. Let me have a look. I think you can see that now. Never used to be able to because I didn't have autofocus or focus all in it all. Right, just a quick touch up everywhere. Now setting 1 on the Mergress, you don't even really feel the blade at all. It feels like I'm just dragging the bar across my face. Now I have to say the blade was pretty good. It wasn't as good as other blades, but it was nice. It wasn't really uncomfortable at all. But it certainly was no Gillette Ruby or Gillette Nasset by any means. But that slickness is phenomenal. Nice to get that, because I was struggling yesterday with the Magnum for the residual slickness. Now I hope I didn't upset any CDB fans yesterday with my little rant at the start of the video. Personally, I find what he says at the start of his video quite, it's almost bordering on offensive, really. You know, they talk about getting thick-skinned and all that, but that's something you don't have to do. Don't do it. You know, there's that many people out there that would take offence to that. I don't, but I can understand there's a multitude of people out there that would. I think it's rude. It just pisses me off, really. I would never do that to someone. It's almost like, oh, I'm better than you. That's pretty much how it comes across, no matter how you say it. And that's just my view on it. So if I've upset anyone that's a CDB fan, I don't check my thumbs up and thumbs down. I couldn't give a rat's arse whether you thumbs up or thumbs down my videos. But I just wanted to put that out there. It's not a go at anyone that watches them. I just think it's pretty poor form, in my opinion. Right, that's that done. What am I going to put on now? I've used Parma Violet, which is a floral thing. So the only thing you could really put with floral would be floral. In fact, you know what? Hang on a minute. Parma Violet and Lilac. Sounds good. Humphreys Lilac Witch Hazel. I do like the Humphreys. It really does give you, no matter what, I generally get a bit of a burn from it. I don't know whether, I say it every time, I don't know whether it's an allergic reaction, but I do get a burn from it. But it's got a nice scent, that one as well. And that is me done and dusty for the face shave, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. There is a little bell next to the subscribe button as well. You can click on and it'll let you know whenever new videos come up. Other than that, you guys stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Cheers.